podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
TBV.com.
Yeah, I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to be the best.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. One champion, one face, one name. His name's Deontay Wilder. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
This the fight that I've been wanting to keep done for the longest time.
110%. There's no doubt in my mind that fight will happen.
Each and every time, don't you see it? You know, I am the most feared. And if I'm not, then I want somebody to shut me up. I want somebody to prove that to me. I want to be proven wrong. But right now, I don't feel like nobody's gonna prove me wrong. Who has the guts?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another morning edition with the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Monday. Get up, people. It's time to go to work. If you're rocking out in the West Coast, it is 6 a.m., 9 a.m. here on the East, 8 a.m. Central, 2 p.m. UK time, and we're back to talk some boxing 7 days a week. Today, the experts over at ESPN asked themselves, can Deontay Wilder find that punch every time he fights? So I read the article. We'll ask you the same questions they asked each other. Bounce them off with my co-hosts, and then let the TBV callers decide. So you know the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Now, Deontay Wilder spent the better part of 7 rounds searching for an opening, giving Luis Ortiz a big head start on the scorecards. That ultimately didn't matter when Deontay Wilder unleashed a powerful right-hand bazooka-like punch in the 7th round, knocking out Luis Ortiz to continue his undefeated streak and 10 title defenses, tying now with Muhammad Ali and rapidly approaching, I believe it's maybe Foreman that had 16. I don't know, but he's on the heels, and he's breaking records, breaking chins, and faces along with it. So this is what we're here to talk about. We're going to get into the article thoroughly, give you all the, present all the questions that they presented, bounce them off of me and Mike, and then take them out to you guys in the streets. So let's head on out to Indiana. Gross the ball.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
Windows Kim, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning to everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one, man. And yeah, bro, Deontay Wilder. What a weekend, man. Just sitting back, you know what I'm saying, thinking about everything that happened, going through the fight again, watching the fight again last night. Yeah, and I couldn't agree with the story. He started off kind of slow, gave up a lot of rounds, you know what I'm saying, biding his time, waiting for that open, and bam, right hand. But yeah, there's a lot of questions in that story for Wilder, for Ortiz, and for other people on the card to see who we kind of caught our eye. But we'll break it down, get into it, and see what these experts got to say.
Buenos dias, my friend. How are you?
What's going on, my brother?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Happy to have found a decent topic for this morning. I think this is something that we kind of bounced off of each other yesterday, where does Ortiz go next? But they asked some different questions. Maybe something that, Wilder haters have been asking for a long time. But was Wilder's approach to this fight too risky, or can he always find the punches? The first question to Dan Rayfield's ESPN and Steve Kim, who also works for ESPN, asked each other and their readers because this article is a collaboration of both of them, digging deeper into what comes next for Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, and even Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'm looking at the start of the fight, and look, I can agree with the experts. I'm saying? He may have waited too long to approach waiting. But like he said in the press conference, they had a game plan. It wasn't to go out there and try to match boxing skills with Ortiz. It wasn't go out there and try to match Ortiz's tempo either. It was to go out there and find his shot when the opening presents itself. And it took 7 rounds to do, but he got the job done. He trusted in his trainer, his team, and he trusted in his game plan for that fight. He must have knew something from the first Ortiz fight that made him go to this game plan in this fight. So risky, yes, but I think it paid off, and we've seen it 41 times. I think it's time to start. It's time to stop doubting this man about if he can get a knockout. It's just more or less when it's gonna come.
But isn't that risk translate into danger? 6 rounds down. I mean, how many times did he put Bermain Stavern down in the first fight? There's gonna come a guy that could take your power. And
Bermain down twice.
In the first fight?
The first time Bermain tackled him, so they didn't call it a knockdown, and then the second time it was I believe it was like close to the rope. Maybe only once.
Exactly.
Maybe only once.
Exactly. So and that's Bermain Stavern. There's gonna come a time where someone ain't gonna go down. He hasn't fought a Russian yet. He hasn't fought an Eastern European dude other than Duhapay. I don't know where Duhapay is from. I think maybe he's from Turkey. I'm not really sure about Duhapay, but like a Povetkin, even though he was knocked out by Joshua, but a Povetkin, these new heavyweights from Russia on World Boxing promotions, Vadim's Russians. He's got a few. There are a few out there. The Hergrovich of the world, even though he's Croatian. I don't know. My thing is, what if he doesn't get the knockdown? What if Duhapay took a lot of punishment. He took a lot of punishment. What, was 11th round for Duhapay or no? I'm telling you. So you can't always play like this. Like, I want him to go back. What's wrong with going back to the Deontay Wilder that beat Bermain Stavern? Get behind the jab and rack up points. Vlad did that all night. When the right hand is there, throw it. Now I get it. Less mileage, less wear and tear, him doing it this way. But that doesn't mean it's going to translate to 3 fights. He already expressed it. Look, I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm not trying to be going through these camps. So he ain't just giving us no meaningless fights. He's not going to be fighting 3 times a year, even though he went 8 rounds in 2 fights. 8 rounds in 12 months.
I know. I hear you, man. I hear you with the waiting too long. But, bro, when you get in these times, like, I can agree. Going back to the Bermain Stavern first fight, that's the Wilder that I think is totally unbeatable. Maybe mix him in with a little Chris Arreola Wilder too. That Wilder right there looked good too. But I just think, man, the man got so much self-belief in that right hand that he's not gonna go out there and try to outbox somebody that he know he can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't his forte.
But are you telling me that based off what you've seen in LA, you want him to go out there and wait on knocking out Fury again, or you want him to win round by round?
Fury won't be on the front foot like Ortiz will. He'll be more on the back foot. So I think Wilder will have to come to Fury and put the pressure on Fury. And don't forget, he will be the shorter guy in that fight, and he will have to come forward to try to get inside of Fury's reach, because I think Fury got a little bit longer reach than Wilder. So he's going to have to be more aggressive in the next fight. I just think that he is, like the first Fury fight, he's going to be on the front foot, trying to walk him down. The only thing that he needs to do different is possibly cut out the ring. But with Ortiz, like we seen him Wilder do it before. Like these shorter guys, he let them come to him. Like he let them come to him. We seen it with Spuka. We seen it with Ortiz. We seen it with who was kind of short that he fought. Well, Bermane Stavern. He let those guys come to him. And I think with Fury is going to be a little bit different game plan.
I mean, it got to be a different game plan. You know, Fury's the boxer. You know, Wilder's the puncher. It's going to be Charlo Harrison. Wilder is Charlo. But he's got to do a better job. He's got to do a better job than he did in the first fight. And he can't use the approach that he took in the Luis Ortiz fight. You don't want to get behind on Fury. But I'm hoping that like his previous rematches, now this Ortiz one being his second, he continues to do way better than the first one. Or can I even say that since he was down on all the cards? The cards were 58, 56, 59, 55, 59, 55 at the time, you know, the Cuban Southpaw was leading. So it's like, again, there's so much risk in his style.
Ton of risk in his style. Giving away rounds I don't like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think it was just the Ortiz game plan. In the Brazil fight, he didn't give away no rounds. He came out early, got Brazil out of there. He came out actually on the front foot in that fight and was able to get Brazil out of there. So I think when we just look at the history of the last couple of fights with Deontay Wilder, every fight, you know what I'm saying, they got a different game plan. With the Fury fight, it was more come forward. With the Brazil fight, it was seek and destroy. With the Ortiz fight, it was buy your time, and wait for the open. So I think the man is very, very intelligent when it comes to that boxing ring. I think he comes in with the best game plan for that opponent. And facing Fury once, man, we've seen what he does to guys in rematches, man. I'm just saying. It's going to be a good fight. I'm ready for it.
Well, the experts feel, we'll start with Steve Kim. He just feels like at this point, Wilder is what he is. He's 34. He's got 43 fights and 42 are by knockout. And that's not going to change, and they shouldn't try to change him, he's saying. He has natural God-given ability, and his identity is that of a puncher. And like you just finished saying, there's a method to his madness. He waits, but he gets you out of there. So Kim feels like to try and change that at this point can only ruin things. And he says the last thing that anyone should do in this process is complicate things by trying to become more fundamentally adapt in the ring, which some might disagree because he's going in against the most skilled fighter technically that he's been in with, which is Fury. Now, they both feel strongly that the fight is next. Now, you know, these are two insiders with Top Rank. ESPN is the broadcaster for Top Rank. So I'm going to take it as gospel that this fight is for February 22nd, and the contracts are signed according to both of these writers. So I guess I'm with them. You know, my fan, the fan in me wants to see him do a little better, but I guess, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, man. I'll just keep doing what I've been doing, working with Mark Breland, working on that straight right jab, combination, maybe left to the body, work on some body work, but pretty much what you did in the first Fury fight, just tighten it up a little bit and quit overshooting. You know, Fury gonna be ducking down and trying to get out the way of that right hand. So, I agree with Steve Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to add technical skills or fundamentally stuff to your arsenal. Just keep believing and keep doing what you're doing, man. The proof is in the pudding.
Another thing that they're saying, you know, and indirectly they're saying it like. Dan Rayfield's line is, in the end, Wilder beat Ortiz the way he beats everyone, with one punch knockout with his right hand. It is the most devastating weapon in all of boxing in any weight class, and it might be the best punch in boxing history. His power is absolutely freakish. So once upon a time, he wasn't respected, but fight after fight, they're edging his name in the history books as the hardest puncher ever in boxing history. And, you know, it's pretty cool to see Rayfield say something like this because you know he's pretty harsh. So, and you know that this is a Tyson Fury Broadcaster Network website. So to see him giving Wilder such praise, it's pretty cool, showing his unbiasedness. And I don't know. I wonder how that sits with Wilder. I mean, I'm sure he probably already believed he's the hardest puncher in all of boxing. But to have his peers, I don't know if Rayfield's consider his peers, but his critics, right, place him on that plateau or that stature, it must be pleasing. No?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Dan has been around for a long time, seen a lot of boxing, been in the business for I think over 30 plus years. So if he says that he might be one of the hardest puncher, if not the hardest puncher in boxing history, I mean, you got to give some validity to what Dan is saying because he's been around a long time and he's been critical of Wilder in the past. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that. Look, I haven't been watching boxing that long, but when this man touches you, you have an adverse reaction to it, and that goes for everybody that he lands a punch on. So I can feel Dan Rayfield's sentiment when he says that he might be the hardest boxer in history, but there's no doubt right now that right hand is the most lethal weapon in boxing. Shout out to Danny Glover.
Now, the thing is that all that it's going to take every time out? You know, like...
What is the biggest thing they always say about the heavyweight division? It does what? It takes what?
I don't know what.
It takes one punch to change everything. And they always... That's been the saying since I've been watching boxing. It takes one punch in the heavyweight division and everything else can change.
Yeah, but I mean, he be getting clipped too. Listen, Ortiz landed left hands on his ass, especially when he doubled up the left hand from the southpaw position. But Fury's no southpaw. But I'm telling you, I seen Fury hurt him. To me, Fury hurt him, backed him up. In that round where he dropped Fury the last round, shit, he initiated the clinch. Now, he was 10 and a half pounds lighter for that Fury fight. He was also sick. You can hear that be said on the Showtime telecast when they want him to take off his coat for the weigh-in. He don't want to take it off. He says, I'm sick. So hopefully he comes in fresh, weighing a little bit more. But Fury's a big dude, man. He's in the what? What did he weigh for this fight with Wilder? Do you remember?
With Wilder, like in the 250s. He's going to have to be a little bit... I think Fury finally won't come in run the same way. I know with the Wallin, he came in a little bit heavier than he normally did against Wilder.
Bro, that's crazy. Fury's 250, man. When I stand next to Fury, he's like so much bigger than me. His 6'7", 250 looks like 6'7", 300. Not fat either, like, cause I'm fucking 245, 250, 251, and I stand next to Wilder, he makes me look thin. Like them dudes. It's crazy, man. They got mad muscle mass on them. Even though Fury lost like weight, bruh, he's still like a wide dude. You know what I mean?
Really, man. Fury,
long reach too, man. Long reach. Bruh, Wilder's a bad man wanting to go into that fight. I would be sitting back trying to see what's up with that Andy Ruiz AJ fight. I'ma just be real. Man, because what's the bigger fight? Which one you gonna make more money off? Which one is gonna get more attention? Who's gonna care more? Like,
it might be the Fury fight, bro.
Nah, no way.
And you see,
no
man, you
way.
start running that highlight. You start getting people that
No
nostalgia.
way.
You started.
Mike, you wild,
I remember when Fury got up from that water punch.
Bro,
Fury's doing WWE now. He's out here with the UFC. He in Saudi Arabia building his brand.
Check this out, man. You could say all that you want, but when the world stops on December 7th, we all gonna recognize where the attention is at in the heavyweight division. You kidding me, man? Bruh, I was showing my girl, man, how you got a Wilder highlight on PBC on Fox, and yesterday only had 26,000. Bruh, it's oversaturated. And I don't mean...
Anybody going to PBC on Fox and watch it? And we haven't seen it on IG,
and that's
on Twitter.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. it's oversaturated. Like, something happens now, bruh, and it's across the world now. It's instant. So I don't know, man. That knockout, that stoppage of AJ, it was heard around the world, bro. It was heard around the world, and it touched more people. It touched more people, man. It got that Rocky story attached to it. It got this fat kid. Wilder looks the part. Wilder, people, you got guys like Rogan and others like, man, they don't want that right hand from him. Anthony Joshua don't want that. Like, ain't nobody was saying that about Ruiz. So Ruiz touched a certain, he did something like, and everybody's gonna be tuned in to see, was it a fluke? Come on, bro. You know that. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper. Who ain't gonna tune in? We got a super chat from Mr. Pigeon. Oh no, super chat. Oh yeah, Mr. Yeah. So he just he just says he just said his name, Mr. Pigeon, Mike Tyson, but that's also his screen name. So all right.
Shout out Iron Mike. But yeah, man, look, bro. I gotta agree, man. Like, I don't know if I'm nervous for Wilder going to rematch, but I gotta admire the fact that he's going into a rematch where everybody thinks he lost and trying to set all his controversial draws or fights right.
How many times have I asked this man to go get this easy money? He left that $8 million Dillian White offer, $5 million Derek Chisora offer. Now you about to lead this $100 million unification. Which brings me to the second topic of the experts. Will Wilder be ready for the already scheduled February rematch against Tyson Fury on February 22nd? Contracts are signed. But the big issue is like that gives him, 90 days to get ready? You need 30 days to heal? I mean, he didn't really suffer punishment. He wasn't dog walked in the fight. But, I mean, you want to take a vacation. You want to spend some time with your family. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are you going to be ready in 90 days? 90 days. Now, let's keep in mind, this is the same thing that Kovalev came out complaining about. Now, I know a lot of people may say, well, look, Kovalev has always made an excuse for his losses. So this time, him saying that he couldn't get ready in time because of the short time, maybe you're less likely to believe that from him. But it does still put some doubt in my mind that this isn't too rushed. That's just the question they're posing. He didn't really take any punishment. So even a rich guy like Wilder, 2-3 week vacation, then he's good. He's got maybe 10 weeks after to get ready. They usually do 8 to 10 or 10 to 8 rather weeks. So, I don't see that it would be that much of an issue outside of the fact this is the first time we've heard him complain about training camp vocally in the media. So if you're just saying, man, I already put a date in my head that in 6 years I'm retiring, man, my body going through this is hurting. Are you really willing to do that immediately? Wilder fights twice a year. February would be on par, but since you're fighting twice a year, you could always come back April, May, then in the end of the year. But I got a quote from Ray Mancini. He says, I don't think it's too soon, but that's 3 months away. You probably need a good month to heal, a couple of months to train. Yeah, you could probably do it. Now, that's the thing. Words like probably aren't the type of words I want to be reading if I'm Team Wilder going into a fight. Like, I want to know, or I don't not reading, but I don't want to be seeing or hearing those words. I want to know that we can be ready in this amount of time to face our biggest threat. Our biggest threat. As a Wilder fan, I still believe Fury is the biggest threat out there. So I was wrong. It wasn't George Foreman. It was Larry Holmes that have 6 consecutive title defenses, and Wilder tied with Muhammad Ali with 10. So the next question is, if the Fury fight isn't next, who should Wilder fight? So this is where it gets interesting because Dan Rayfield says Fury fight is next, period, right? He goes and starts his next sentence. The contracts are signed, not only for the rematch, but also for a third fight down the road. And Kim says nobody else. They've already delayed this rematch enough, largely because of Fury's decision to enter into an agreement with Top Rank. The second go-around between these two heavyweights has marinated long enough. So both experts saying, don't do nothing else. Don't listen to us fans who want to see unification. Go straight into it. I guess that makes sense. But again, Fury's a ESPN broadcasted fighter that needs a big fight. ESPN, Rayfield, and Kim both work for ESPN. So yeah, they would want that to go straight into it because that's what makes sense for their network. But in actuality, what makes sense for PBC would be for Andy to win and for these two to negotiate. These two being Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz if he can pull off the upset. But here's more praise from Rayfield. And I quote, Wilder can beat any heavyweight today and quite possibly any heavyweight ever if he can land that right hand. It is a punch of historical proportions, but he has to land it. And Ortiz showed as Fury did in their first fight, Wilder could be outboxed by a slicker opponent. Anyone who fights him has to be perfect for every second of the fight. And that is very difficult. And I'm just happy to read shit like that because this is what he's been speaking into existence. And, you know, media and fans have been laughing at him. And fight after fight, it's becoming truth. And they're writing his truth as their own words now. So like Earl Spence, how the tables have turned. Here goes Kim, a guy. Look, I've been following this sport for a while. Kim has been critical of PBC and PBC fighters. And listen to this. Wilder's right hand is the most devastating weapon in boxing. And when you have that at your disposal, you are never out of the fight. Yes, Wilder has some technical flaws, but he has the eraser that can make up for all those deficiencies. Fury is the essential matchup, riddled Wilder for long stretches, but Wilder got back into the fight and salvaged his WBC belt on the strength of 2 knockdowns. If you look at other heavyweights, they have some technical and fundamental advantages over Wilder, but nobody has Wilder's game-changing power. I mean, look, if I'm a boxer, I would be happy to hear things like that. You know, obviously he's been saying it out loud himself, but again, all the more better when the world is saying what you already believe. So, what's next for Ortiz? Now, we talked about this, and I think that it looks like everyone is on the same page. Wilder mentioned there's heavyweights in the audience. Give this man a shot. I mentioned I only seen Adam Kovnacki. Mike dropped off a couple of minutes ago. He's restarting his computer. I don't remember anyone else being out there, but there is Dominic Brazil, who's with PBC. Adam Kovnacki. Obviously, if Andy Ruiz wins or loses, he's there. To give Luis Ortiz another shot. I just wonder, is he willing to get up for another elite level fight after clearing, well, he ain't clear it because you know there's taxes and managers and all that good shit, but you know, after making $7 million at 40 years old, I don't know, champ, is you still willing to get it in? You know? But Mike, the experts ask,
Can Wilder be ready for the Fury fight? Most definitely, man. I think give him the month of December off. Get back into training camp in January. Fight on February 23rd. So start in January, man. You probably got like 6-7 weeks to get ready. If you start in December, maybe a little bit longer. But I think definitely can be ready for February date, and I really agree.
February 22nd is the contracted date.
And I definitely agree with Dan Rayfield that, I mean, he got to be perfect for like 2 seconds. Everybody else got to be perfect for like 12 rounds. And I'm glad, like you said, like people are starting to recite what he's been saying over and over and over, like speak it, believe it, receive it. And we're finally getting on board to what he's been saying.
If Fury fight isn't next, which both experts strongly believe it is, and that Wilder goes nowhere else, neither man goes nowhere else, but who should Wilder fight if Fury fight isn't next?
The Fury fight isn't next. I mean, possibly the winner of AJ and Andy, but I know both guys. I don't know if both guys gonna want to go right into a Wilder fight after having a big fight with each other. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like Fury, Dillian White, I would love to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? Make that materialize. Eddie been offering big money for that Dillian White fight for a long time. So if the Fury fight's not next, and he can't get Ruiz or Joshua, let me see Dillian White hop in the ring with him.
All right. And based on what Wilder showed us Saturday, can he beat the other top heavyweights outside of Fury, like Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz and anyone else that you consider the top heavyweight not named Tyson Fury?
You said, can he beat?
Can he beat Anthony Joshua? Can he beat Ruiz? Can he beat, who else is considered a top heavyweight? Dillian White, Big Baby. Who else is top heavyweight? Not named Fury is their question.
We've seen Andy Ruiz lose. We've seen him get outboxed by Parker. I think Wilder could beat Ruiz by using his link. I think Joshua's chin probably won't hold up against Wilder. Dillian White, we've seen him hurt, seen him down from Oscar Rivas, Parker, AJ. So I think Wilder could beat him too. Anybody else out there that Wilder, I think Wilder beats all of them, to be honest with you. I think, like you've been saying, Fury is the toughest, maybe the stiffest test towards Wilder. But I still think if AJ comes through that fight with Ruiz, he'll start to get that UK love back, and they'll start to be screaming for Wilder and AJ. I'm going to say AJ's back.
Yeah, I think for me to answer that question, it's going to take for me to see the Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua fight, because now there's a question mark but next to both of them. It's like, wait, for me personally, it's like, oh, did I underassess? Did I undervalue? Did I look over Andy Ruiz? Or was it a fluke? Did I not think highly of AJ, or is he what the world thought he was? And we don't find that out until December 7th. Because again, if Ruiz is what he is now perceived to be, you have to look at him differently. And honestly, look, right hand to God, I fuck with Wilder. I'm going to always pick him because physically he has advantages over a lot of these heavyweights. Some of those advantages in the Fury fight get nullified, but based off everyone else, he's got a lot of things going for him outside of the power. The height and reach, the stamina, how calm he is in the ring, that is all important. But if somehow Ruiz could go in there and mimic his first performance, identical or better fashion, he becomes a threat. Because I've been in camp with Wilder. You've been in camp with Wilder. We've said it to each other like, damn, dog, why they ain't pushing him? Now I know they ain't pushing him because they getting hit. And every time they do hit him, he get mad and hit them, and 90% of the times they go down. But
Go
ahead.
I was saying we got a IG post from Gypsy King 101 about 24 minutes ago. When it comes to bottle, I can't be outmatched. As IV proved many times, I will fight with fire anytime. Can't wait to smash at Bronze Bomber.
And listen, you can't even take it from I would love nothing more than to say like, bro, he lying, fight fire with fire, but he did. He got up off the floor and he went toe to toe with Wilder, toe to toe, backed him up, made him clinch. So he ain't lying. Listen, bruh, with every win Deontay Wilder gets, he gets a confidence and a feeling of superiority, but so does Tyson Fury. Every single time Wilder wins, Fury wins. Every single time Wilder wins, Fury says something. Why? Because he still is the only man that could get up. Not only get up, but get the fuck up like nothing happened. Throw hands, back him up, talk shit, stick the tongue out. Still be a showman. Have all his faculties, the words that Wilder like to use a lot. Have all his faculties in order. So with every win, they equally grow stronger because Wilder gains confidence saying, I knew I was the baddest fucking man. But Tyson says, yeah, so the fuck was I. You big dosser. I can stand with you. Like, he's not afraid. He's not afraid. Ain't nobody sticking their tongue out to Wilder. Ain't nobody putting their hands out, Jesus Christ style or fucking McGregor style behind him. He's playing with fire. And Wilder knows that. So psychologically, I know I'm playing devil's advocate because I'm still picking Wilder, but psychologically, it could fuck with him. Because that's the type of guy Fury is. You think Fury going to come into this fight talking any less? Saying
Absolutely
any less?
not.
He gonna brag about the fact that you can knock those old 40-year-old dudes down. I ain't them. That's what he gonna say. He the only dude, he one of the only dudes, let me say, that really knows how to talk and promote.
Yeah, bro. And I love it, though, bro. I love it. I love because this is why we need this fight next. There's so many people out there that I'm not saying feel like you, but feels like your position in playing devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? That Fury came back in that round and was able to push Wilder back. He really wanted to fight. Wilder didn't want to fight and all this shit. I just can't wait till those guys get back in the ring and you guys see that there is no doubt in my mind that the rematch is going to go out the way every other Wilder rematch has, and that's going to be by devastating KO. He understands what he did wrong in the Fury fight. He knows that he was overshooting. He knows that he was pressing that shot. That was his first time on pay-per-view. This will be his third time on pay-per-view. So I think the moment won't be as big for him as it was the first time. And I think he'll be a little bit more calmer, a little bit more patient with his fighting. And I just can't wait because I know, man, Fury's a great talker. Fury has the people believing in him. Fury is what
Fury disrespectful. He out here wearing his Mayan belt like he the champ when he posted this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going through these comments, bro. Damn, he getting some support. You seen the comments? Nah, because I mean that's strange, bro. Fighters post shit and they get hit up, man. They feel like a Tupac song sometimes on the comments section.
But it's different though, bro. You gotta understand, man. Wilder coming off a big win and everybody like, yeah, Fury, yeah, you were the one to get up, yeah, man. You could beat that big dog, so yeah, man. Like so, it's
somebody said end this guy once and for all.
That's what we need, and that's the kind of shit we need to promote this fight and get this fight bigger. Because I'm sure that ESPN and PBC gonna look at the social media engagement on Wilder's post, on Fury's post, and see what these people are actually talking about. And this is only gonna drive and build a fight. I really think this Fury fight with Wilder can possibly, man, get to that million buys mark with all Wilder going viral and just the whole hoopla.
I would definitely wait until we see the numbers.
I'm seeing. I'm taking from the standpoint that Fury can talk. That Fury's been doing WWE, so his fan base done grew. I just seen Fury on that YouTube guy that was hosting the KSI and Logan Paul. What's that? The big guy. I don't fucking know his name, but he's a YouTuber, whatever his name is. But he got a big ass following. And Fury did a podcast with him yesterday or the day before. So Fury's out here building his brand, man. I think both guys are doing a good job at building their brand. And the next pay per view with those guys should be, I think, substantially better than the first one.
Damn,
Especially-
BT. I'm sorry.
Saying especially with the first fight.
Yeah, let me get back on track. I'm about to go on some Instagram.
No. What BT do? I want to know now.
They put out Tyson Fury is next. Then I want to unify Deontay Wilder. The little quote, and then they're doing their job on their social media. I'm screen sharing it now, but outside of the hatred that he's getting, one of these comments, where was it? Yeah, so it was just like I said, he doesn't get the love that Tyson gets. Strange though, this is a day ago. It's only got 1,000 likes on BT Sports boxing page. It's crazy. Fucking Tyson Fury just posted that he got 34,000 in like 27 minutes. So strange. Let me see how many people they got. 16,000. Okay, they got less than Tyson. It's, maybe they started this thing this year with the whole BT Sports stuff.
Yeah, maybe so. Let's see if there's any more questions. Okay, Wilder will be ready.
Yeah.
What's next for Ortiz? What are his options moving forward? Oh man, look, Ortiz. I would love to see Ortiz back. I think we said it last night against Kownacki, Charles Martin.
If I was him, I'd take Dominic Brazil.
Brazil too, yeah, that's a damn good
And
fight.
I think Kownacki won't take him, man. Look, I spoke to Keith Conley and the interview was out, and I said, man, that was a tough fight. You don't think you want that rematch, to get a little more clarity? He's like, no, we don't want that type of fight again. And it's like, what the fuck? If you don't want a war with Areola, who we thought was on his way out, you really don't want that Luis Ortiz smoke. You ain't going to risk that standing, that ranking.
Yeah, man.
Now,
So
again, that was Keith Conley, his manager, not Adam. Not Adam.
Like you said last night, Big Baby will be a good option for Ortiz. Bring him over to ESPN and use him as an opponent. Maybe Al let him go over there, get a nice payday. And Dylan White, you know what I'm saying? I think Ortiz has some options. I don't know if these guys are going to be willing to fight him, seeing as well as the clinic that he put on the first couple rounds. You know what I'm saying? Looking good, boxing against Wilder, but somebody got to give the man a shot, man. Wilder can't be the only guy fighting Ortiz, and I know Ortiz had a chance to fight Anthony Joshua earlier this year, but he didn't take it. So Ortiz should be able to come back, man.
But I think by now people need to say that he's justified. He won 6 out of 7 rounds, and he got the same amount of money. So he chose to go in there with Wilder because it was the familiarity of the fight. He felt he almost knocked him out. He felt, now it's a second chance. Who wouldn't take that, especially if you're going to get the same money? So, I don't want to see any more Luis Ortiz hate. It was an intelligent move.
Yeah, same money, same side of the street. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to probably do.
Yeah, and it wasn't no short notice fight. It was a fight that you got. So you got the same amount of money. Instead of getting it on 5 weeks and fighting a dude, you got it for, the whole training camp. You got press tour. You got hella build up. They built your profile, and they still pushing you. Because I feel like the whole slogan of this fight was, if he fight him, ain't nobody else fighting him but me. So it's like, he's still daring people to do what he's doing.
Like you said, he got ample time for this fight. I think this fight was, Wilder came out and said this is like the AJ and Ruiz first fight that they'll be fighting later on this year. So Ortiz knew the fight for like months now, so he came in the best shape of his life. So I agree with that sentiment.
Yes, sir, man. Let's go out to these callers. We're going to open up the phone lines. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We will try and ask you the same questions, right? Should we ask them all the same? We should.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right, we're going out to Florida. Keem, talk to me. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Yeah, man. Good morning show. Great fight this weekend. I actually read a little bit of that same article that you guys are basing this show off of. I didn't get to read the whole thing, but I was catching some of it this morning. And man, I agree with a lot of what they said in there, and a lot of what you guys are saying this morning. And I honestly, man, I gotta say, I'm not like a big religious person or anything like that, but with Deontay Wilder, man, I feel like there's really some sort of divine intervention with this guy. It's not normal to be able to do what he does, how he does it, to speak it, believe it, receive it. I know he's the son of a pastor. It gives me chills sometimes thinking about it, man. There's something about him that isn't of this world, honestly. It's just not. That shit is crazy, man. I don't understand how.
Let me just get control of kind of the direction I want to go. I want to ask you the same questions that the writers posed to the readers. So, can Deontay Wilder always find that punch, in your opinion?
Yeah. Partly because of what I was just saying, and also because for Deontay Wilder, the punch don't got to land all the way flush. When he dropped Tyson in the 9th round, I remember that punch just kind of grazed Tyson Fury. And he still dropped him, So, yeah, he'll always be able to find that punch because he doesn't even need the punch to land fully flush to put you out. So, yeah.
Will Wilder be ready, in your opinion, for the February 22nd rematch?
Yeah. I was one of the guys that said Kovalev could turn around and fight Canelo quickly, so I'm not gonna.
Kill true, champ. Unfortunately, you ain't make the limit. But you did get a good introduction. You went through the call the way you wanted to at first. I was handling names and stuff like that. But that's kind of the direction we want to go. We want to ask you specific questions. If you get through those questions, then you burn your time. And if not, you got a boomerang if you like some of these other guys, or a triple rang if you like CYP. So you could give me 1 call and take 2 for yourself. We're going to go to triple rang since he got so many. Good morning, California. CYP, what up?
Man, this ain't no goddamn good morning.
Wow.
Anytime you get on this call and you get to throwing these fucking devil's advocate narratives to keep these UK callers invested, that shit pissed me off. So you actually did a good job today. I got 3 calls, so I'm going to let that go. Ask me them damn questions, man.
So, was Wilder's approach too risky to this fight, or can he always find that punch?
Of course he can. That's the way he fights. I always have a method. I have a method that's helped me through my career and through everybody's career. Nobody can do you better than you. Remember that. Nobody can do you better than you. If he tries to be Ortiz, Ortiz beats him. If Ortiz tries to be Wilder, he dies. Do you, people. Do you. Go ahead. Next question.
Can he be ready in February?
Of course he can. The motherfucker ain't take no damn punishment in between them 2 fights. And if he says it and this cat believes it, you got to roll with it. Stay undefeated.
What's next for Ortiz?
More ducking. I remember when y'all asked Adam Karnacki, would he fight Ortiz next? He gave the answer that every single person who doesn't want to fight Ortiz gives. I'll fight anybody. We didn't ask you about anybody, homie. We asked you about Ortiz. Remember I said that, people. Whenever you hear somebody say, I'll fight anybody, when they're asked directly about a certain person, they don't want to fight that certain person. What's next question?
That's 3, right?
Well, you forgot the based off what Wilder showed us Saturday night, can he beat any of the other top heavyweights not named Tyson Fury?
He can beat them all. And I'm going to tell you easily, Tyson Fury also loses again. And all Wilder has to do is just like that Gina and Martin episode when they were both.
Cut it.
We got, let me see. Mr. PBC in Seattle. Good morning. He's up early too. How the West Coasters, man. Shout out to everybody on the West, man. Truly appreciate you being up so early, rocking out with us.
Mr. PBC, baby. BoxingVoice.com.
I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yo, what's really good, Ness and Mike?
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, so hit me with the questions.
Was it too risky for Wilder to take as long as he did, and is he always going to find that punch?
I mean, if it takes 12 rounds for a heavyweight, I mean, can someone really be that perfect? So I feel like if you keep the same strategy, you never know how far you're going to go.
All right. And the next one, will Wilder be ready for his scheduled February rematch against Fury, February 22nd?
I said it was, I thought he was ready right when it first happened after that. But Tyson Fury is a different person. He's making books. He's doing UFC. He might not take it. I truly think he might just pay off Deontay Wilder.
If the Fury fight isn't next, who should Wilder fight?
Andy Ruiz. We already know Andy Ruiz is going to get that Anthony Joshua. And we already know Andy Ruiz is probably going to be the most aggressive fight Deontay Wilder probably ever had. He's going to have to catch him before he loads up.
Based off what you seen Saturday, do you think Wilder could beat other top heavyweights not named Fury, like Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, and anyone else you consider top?
Adam Kaunaki, Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, but Andy Ruiz will probably be his most difficult fight in his probably final later years of his career. I mean, he might just end it after that one. Andy Ruiz is totally different.
Cut it. Mr. PBC, thanks for your call, big dog. I think we got to realize, man, my nigga Deontay Wilder hit that boy so hard, he changed his whole profession and became an author. So it just shows you how much power he really got that right here.
Yeah, man. All right, let's see. We got the UK.
Annan.
Who?
Well, I was shot in Dark Annan or Coyote.
Yep.
Day. To this day. To this day. Sing along if you know the words. Day. Come on. To this day. Come on.
Yo, Coyote, what's going on? First question for you, man. Was Wilder's style too risky?
No, not necessarily. I mean, he's been with this guy before, so he knew what he was doing.
All right. Do you think that he can be ready for Fury in February?
Yeah, I think so. If he takes a holiday 2 weeks or 3 weeks and then goes back into training camp.
Can he beat the other top heavyweights?
Yeah, Wilder is always dangerous, but I think that you can't just rely on that right hand to beat every single person. Like if you look at boxing history, if you fight every single top heavyweight, you're gonna lose one fight. I don't care who you are. So I expect Wilder, if Wilder keeps fighting top level heavyweights in the next few years and he doesn't improve his boxing, he's definitely gonna lose.
And what's next for Luis Ortiz? Will one of your UK brethren give him a chance?
Hell no.
Let me answer, Ness. Don't answer for me, please. I want to see Ortiz fight a top-level contender. My question is, why do we always have to rely on the UK? I mean, all this time, Ortiz...
I mean, haven't we been relying on Americans to fight Ortiz?
No. All this time, he was in PBC. Why didn't they give him a top contender in PBC?
Oh, they didn't give him 2 title shots. Meanwhile, Dillian White hasn't gotten one. You don't want to go down this street, and you ain't got enough time. It's 1:30, brother. Everybody get a minute 30. We're going out to...
My nigga, they talking about Derek Chisora might get a title shot before Dillian White.
That's gonna hurt Chisora, White. White should walk. I mean, with all the interest that Top Rank and PBC expressed and showed, like, what's wrong with that dude?
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo,
What up, Stainless?
TBV.
What up, Stainless?
Happy Monday, man. What's good? What's good? What's good? Come on with them questions.
Man, was Wilder's fighting style too risky, man, Saturday night?
Nah.
Is he always going to
was
land
his
that
style.
right hand, though? That's the other half of that question. Is he always going to land that punch?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the dude got power in both hands, man. It's not just the right hand. We saw that Saturday. So, yeah, he always going to be able to land that punch.
Do you think that Wilder can be ready for February coming off this fight?
Yeah, that dude stay ready. He always in condition. You know what I'm saying? Even JDS has always said they don't have to go into they fight camps, not weight training camps. They simply preparing for the fight. So yeah.
And that's another thing we should appreciate, that this man always being in shape. And do you think that he can beat the other top heavyweights in the division?
Yeah. I think Ruiz will probably be the most trouble for him because he's smaller, a faster combination puncher. But yeah, I think he's good.
More trouble than Fury?
So far, Wilder 2-0 in his rematches. So I think Ruiz will probably be the most trouble for him because he ain't fought him yet.
And what's next for Luis Ortiz, man?
If you want to go to the UK, get your joystick.
Cut it.
Donald, Richmond, California. Talk to me.
What's going on? So,
man, what's up, man? You know the question.
Let's go with the question.
Was Wilder fighting style too risky Saturday night, and can he land it right here and always?
I'm going to say it like this, like in the Black Panther movie, what T'Challa said. He said, "We all know the power of vibranium." Of course it's not. That man, he going to land that vibranium punch every time. You know, it's going to be difficult for somebody to stay out of the way of that, man. 12 rounds. It really will be.
Can he be ready for February?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is there any other top heavyweight that can give Wilder a run for his money?
Well, probably Ruiz and Wanaki because they're shorter and their style of how they come forward and throw a lot of punches. But I still see him landing that shot on both of them, too.
And what's next for Luis Ortiz?
Stay active, stay busy, stay in shape, and he might get lucky and get a title shot because I think any other heavyweight that will come up with a title, he could probably beat him.
Play matchmaker and give me one name for Ortiz.
Wanaki, Brazil. I don't know. Okay, yeah, probably Wanaki or Brazil. So that's just something for right now to keep him busy and keep him going. You know, to keep him in the rankings to see what happens. See if some belts free up. He could, I would say, they put him in there with Usyk.
Cut it.
I don't think Usyk want that.
We have a super chat from Asada. Okay, my man, cooking up that meat. Carne asada. I don't know. He says, Kugan Cassius follows the top heavyweights on Insta except Wilder. Does he have hate in his heart towards Wilder? He likes all Fury's posts about Wilder. I think that it has more to do with, like, they just have that relationship, right? Just like he and Dillian White. Like, Dillian really likes Tyson. I seen an interview once or a video where he's like, "Oh, you was the first one in the gym. You know, you've been rocking with me from the beginning." And that's Dillian telling that to Kugan. And there's a loyalty for him there. And look, Kugan has had access with Fury for a long time. I mean, but it is strange that he doesn't follow him because I follow both and I like both posts. I think that's a little weird and weak, maybe. But we're going out to Joshua in New Orleans. Mike, take the questions. Let me finish. I got some other names here. A lot of callers today.
What up, Josh, man? What's going on? First things first, do you think Wilder's fighting style was too risky Saturday night, and can he always land that punch?
Yo, Mike, I gotta come back to me.
All right, champion. That one white boy, talk to us.
What's going on? Do you think
What's
Wilder's
up?
punch was too risky? I mean, Wilder's fighting style was too risky?
Nah, he played it nice. He stalked him like the hunter should do.
Do you think that he can be ready for February?
Yeah, he'll be ready for February. I think he'll. I don't know, man. In the chat, I said Fury would win. I forgot he got that nasty cut, and but I'm still gonna rock with Fury on that though.
Is there any other heavyweight out there that give Wilder a run for his money, possibly beat him?
Nobody besides Fury, in my opinion.
And what's next for Luis Ortiz?
I'd like to see them fight up and coming Daniel Dubois because he's an up and comer, and I think that would set a good platform for the Wilder fight maybe a few years down the road. But that ain't gonna happen. He's too young. So I think Brazil should try to redeem himself after that first round. So I'd like to see him fight Brazil.
All right, man. Rest of the call yours. Take it away.
Oh shoot! Just go ahead and smash the like button, man. Support these guys. They out here giving us good content daily. Go to Patreon, and for as little as $5 a month, you can be a Patreon supporter as well of the Boxing Voice and get access to a lot of exclusive benefits. Ask these fighters and coaches questions that you guys want. Be a part of Border Wars if you're really about that life, because some people ain't. But if you are about that life, sign up. And that's it, guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Let's see here.
We got up next, man.
So many, bro. So many. All right, we got Boomerang, Bomb Boxing.
What's going on, Bomb Boxing? First thing first, do you think Wilder's fighting style was too risky, and can he always land that big right hand? Maybe just listening.
Hey, Bon, you there or not? Nah, he unmuted himself, so I don't know. All right, we'll come back to you. We're going out to Stunner in New Jersey. Talk to us.
What up, Stunner?
Yo. You don't even got to ask me the questions. Wilder knocked this motherfucker out. He's going to knock Fury out. He can keep fighting that way. That shit don't matter. I'm going to tell you what I really want to talk about, though. What should Luis Ortiz do next? Now, yesterday, I was listening to a lot of UK channels, right? And a lot of the sentiment is Ortiz is this washed 40-year-old who can be handled quite easily by the likes of Dylan White and Derek Chisora. We already know Dylan White took out the contest, but let's talk this Chisora smoke. First, I want Chisora versus Luis Ortiz made ASAP. Second, I heard one of y'all mention that Derek Chisora is lined up for a possible title shot, right? The same dude who has 8 to 9 losses on his resume right now, the same dude who fucking lost to Joshua's sparring partner after getting knocked out by Dylan White, the same dude who comes from the land of only 53 ranked heavyweights total. I want y'all to remember that. The UK only has 53 ranked heavyweights total. It's easy to rise to the cream of the crop when you have a fucking small fucking crop circle of talent. You understand? You don't beat David Price and you're in title contention, at least not in America. Because if that's the case, let's send Gerald Washington out to the UK, have him go knock out David Price, then he'll be lined up for a title shot. So look, all you UK dudes, keep that energy. Because sure, you looking for a fight? Forget that Usyk stuff, forget that Parker stuff, bring your ass to America, or Luis Ortiz will go to the UK and knock your ass out. That's my call, man. Free smoke.
All right.
Free smoke.
Great call. Listen, anybody knows the questions by heart and you want to just get ahead and answer them quick and get to your question, to your call, do so. But we do want to kind of survey the land and, get everybody's thoughts on these particular questions. We're going out back. All right, Josh, go for it.
All right, go ahead. Run them questions.
Do you think Wilder's fighting style was too risky, and can he always land that right hand?
Yes, against the heavyweights we got right now, currently, yes.
Do you think Wilder can be ready for February 22nd?
Of course. He didn't suffer anything in that fight. and stuff like that. And I think he's gonna be even more ready.
Is there any threat to Deontay Wilder from any other heavyweight in the division?
No, Anthony Joshua. No, that's a knockout. That's probably the easiest fight out of Tyson Fury and Andy Ruiz. No.
What's next for Luis Ortiz?
They gonna continue ducking him. Fuck, they got an excuse to now, and another excuse that they gonna use, and they gonna continue ducking him. I don't see nobody putting him in the ring with him because he always been dangerous, and even in that fight showed how dangerous he still was. Wilder just got that special punch to where his accuracy eventually catch up with you no matter what.
Go ahead and use the rest of your time on Bud Crawford.
Oh, well, that's a good one. I ain't got one for but Ness was smoking some bullshit last night talking about an easy fucking cherry. But that's all I say on it unless y'all say something else that triggers my response. But Wilder, man, Wilder that dude, man. Like I said, his style is hard to gauge and you can find ways to always talk about it, but like I said last night, nobody never notifies that punch. He always
Cut it.
CYP Boomerang.
All right, here we go. Look, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just gonna be cool. But since he want to publicly say I'm the one ducking, we could be honest about that. We could be honest about the videos where his boys is on camera threatening me, talking about jumping me at Border Wars. After we already agreed no violence at Border Wars, they threatening to jump me. He sends me videos calling me the N word over and over and over again, saying he can say it as many times as he want to. He don't care. That kind of shit is not gonna be tolerated for a Border Wars sparring match. My partners and my family are from Texas. It's an open carry state. People carry guns in Texas and they cars. That's what they do. If you are threatening me with your partners, what do you think my boys are going to do if they see you? It's simple. Like, why is that an issue for you? You threaten me with physical violence from your friends, not from you, from your friends, man. You're a coward. You know damn well Nessie's going to shut the border wars down if that shit happens. I told y'all the truth. I said I would not do anything or even talk about this negatively. And what did he do directly after that? Did everything he possibly could to threaten me and to reaffirm violence at the event. But when he calls in, he lies to y'all. Anybody need that video? I got it. Mike already heard it. They don't want to talk about it, but they heard the video. You see, he didn't call in and say, I'm not a racist. I didn't say those things. Because he did. And if y'all want the video.
I didn't hear the video because I didn't hear no volume on it. So that's why I ain't saying anything about it. If I would have heard the video and he said what you...
I'll send it to him.
If he said what you alleged, I would have addressed it when he called in.
Anybody who has heard it, call in and tell them that you heard it. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And anybody who want to hear it, CYP athletes, I'll send it to you. Promise you that. I'll send it. I'll say it for my next call.
Cut it.
CYP. We got Steve. Talk to me. Chicago.
Go ahead, yeah, hit me with the questions.
Do you think Wilder fighting style was too risky, and can he be will that right hand always land?
Yes, and he's not too risky. He's got 42 fights, and I see a 0 in the L column. So yeah, Rafael and Kim, they're just looking for readers. But go on.
Do you think Wilder can be ready for February 22nd?
Well, I told you guys, I don't believe that fight's going to happen. Go on with the next.
Okay. Is there any other heavyweight out there that can give Wilder a run for his money?
No.
Well, don't skip this one. If the Fury fight isn't next, like you suggest, who should Wilder fight?
I think he's going to wait I think they're banking on Ruiz winning, and they're going to make the Ruiz for undisputed.
Who's next for Ortiz?
Ortiz is definitely going to fight a PBC heavyweight. I don't see him going to the UK.
All right, rest of the call yours.
Yep.
That's all I got. Good work, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Steve, man, thank you as always. Make sure I got no more boomerangs here. We're going out to California. Aaron, talk to us.
Far away. What questions?
Do you think Wilder's fighting style was too risky, and can he always land the right hand?
Of course, it's not too risky. He has a strategy, and he follows the game plan accordingly. Just like football, sometimes you run the ball a lot, like the Patriots. Sometimes you you pass a lot. Of course, against any other fighter, he's going to throw the right hand a little bit more. That was the strategy against Ortiz. Against Fury, it's different. Against Ruiz, it's different. So, of course, he can land the right hand.
Will he be ready for the rematch February 22nd? Can he, rather?
Of course he will because he's already in shape. All he needs is 8 weeks.
If that fight doesn't happen, who should he fight next?
Winner of AJ Ruiz.
What is next for Ortiz? What's his options moving forward?
The PBC heavyweights probably. I mean, every other fighter is going to duck him. So, I mean, he killed the narrative of he's an old man. He killed that night because he looked fresh. He looked the best we've ever seen. And I don't know any other heavyweight that would have beat him that night besides Wilder.
Take it away.
No, it was a great fight the other night. I mean, Tyson Fury is the last hurdle. If he gets through Fury, Wilder's going to go on a reign, and no other heavyweight can touch him. Fury is the last guy to get in his way, and that's it. After that, it's all downhill for Wilder. That's my call. You guys have a great day.
All right.
Aaron, man, thanks for calling in. We're going out to JR in Little Rock, Arkansas. Talk to me.
Oh, this is Junior from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh, say it. My bad.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think Dylan White should be the next person that Wilder fight. Matter of fact, Wilder should just fight Aldi would-be king, clean up, make him a lot of pocket change. Each fighter that Wilder fight, they will see that black light. And as far as Tyson Fury, he will be ready. But the question is, will Fury be ready? Mentally, Fury is walking around with a concussion on. And I think that these up-and-coming fighters should be thrown in there to prove themselves. But like all these fighters before them, they too will see that black light. Do you know what the black light is?
Yeah.
Let me know what it is.
The black light.
Let me know what it is, big dog.
After you get punched, you go to sleep. You see nothing but black.
Do you remember this fighter named Billy Costello? He was a light junior.
No, sir. I'm far from a historian.
Okay. He got a book out if you need to look at it called The Black Light. And he didn't write it. It's another guy who wrote it. I think Thomas Hawson. It's that light that every fighter sees just before they get knocked out.
Well, all right.
I know what you're talking about.
That's the black light. Everybody sees that light before they get knocked out. And when they go against Deontay Wilder, they will see that black light.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Oh man, we can't hit you with the questions now, JR. Man, you went down your own path, and I know you.
JR said hit him with the question.
JR, JR's you gotta respect your elders. So I'm like, fuck it, he don't want to flow the way we try and flow. Go ahead and let that man do his thing. But yeah, JR, there is a time limit. Thank you for calling in. We're gonna go ahead and get on over to Brandon in Cincinnati. What up?
What up, B?
What up?
Whoa,
God,
close the
damn,
windows,
man.
champ.
You outside?
Hey, man, what you mowing the lawn? Oh, man. Oh. That's not even Brandon. Brandon, sorry to accuse you. That was Skype. What's up, man?
Yeah, bro, I'm yelling at the phone like, nigga, that ain't even me. I'm sitting at the fucking crib. What's up?
Somebody on
What up, Mike?
Skype
What up,
over
Nez?
here
Go ahead.
wilding.
Hey, man, do you think Wilder's fight style was too risky, and can he always land that right hand?
No, it wasn't too risky because Ortiz is the type of fighter that's going to stand in front of him. And, yeah, he can always land the right hand on most of the fighters, except for a guy like Fury who can move around the ring, good movement. So, not much too risky. Ortiz is going to be right there the whole night.
Can he be ready in February?
Yeah, he could be ready in February, but I'm worried about the fucking promotion, man. 3 months for a fight of this magnitude, they got to really get the ball rolling on this promotion.
Is there any other heavyweight out there that can get Wilder a run for his money?
Well, I mean, we looking at it. Fury. That's why it's a super fight. He the, quintessential boxer mover. Wilder's got the heavy hand, so stylistically, it's the perfect matchup. So he's the guy that can do it if can't nobody else do it.
What's next for Luis Ortiz?
I like to see him in there with a young gun. F.A. Jogba, Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce, one of them guys.
All right. That's the rest of the time yours.
Oh yeah, but caught the rest of the show last night from you guys. I still think Ness is smoking crack. Bud Crawford is pound for pound king. Floyd Mayweather, don't do it, bro. You're my favorite fighter of all time. I don't want to see you get injured, hurt, or possibly killed.
Pound for pound at 126ers.
That's my call, man.
Yeah. You heard Bob's trying to line him up with Loma. he the 140-pound killer, man. JT, Chicago.
What up, JT?
What up, though?
Is that fighting style too risky for Wilder, or is he always gonna land that right hand?
No, he but you got 36 minutes to work with. He always gonna land that at least once or twice. And as far as having enough time with for the Fury fight, I feel like because the fight Saturday was basically a sparring match.
Damn, sparring match.
That was basically a sparring match. I want to see it was a nice fight while it lasted, but Wilder took zero damage. It was a chance that something was gonna happen, but like he it's like he said, like he basically played with Luis' head by beating his chest and keeping his distance. But I want to see Luis fight Ottawa Wallin next.
Oh, that's a good suggestion.
Yeah, that'd be a real good fight.
Wasn't Wallin southpaw? I thought he landed that left hook on. Didn't he land that left on Fury?
It might have been in southpaw.
And his coach, like Wallin coach, he could get him ready for Luis Ortiz, but I think he could even beat him.
You know that the coach Joey Gamach is training Teofimo Lopez for the Comey fight right now.
Nah, I didn't know that. I knew that. But the reason I feel he could beat him is because like Luis wasn't really like he really had to get up for the Wilder fight. I think that took a lot out of it.
I hear you, man. I'm trying. That's the same thing I'm saying. Do a Canelo and catch Ortiz right now. Got to get him right now. Fucking damn. There's no way. It's November. I was about to say, Dillian should take him to. There's really no time. Dillian should take him to Saudi Arabia. Like, come on, motherfucker. Let's get this money.
Y'all trying to kill Ortiz out here. Y'all want him to fight next week.
Let me see. We got Liam. Talk to us.
What up, Liam?
Liam, where you calling in from?
How we doing?
From the UK all day.
Yeah, all in the UK. Go on, hit me with the questions.
So,
go ahead, Renee.
All right, I was gonna say, do you think that Wilder's approach to the fight was too risky, or will he always land that right hand?
Can I answer it with a question?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You've been to a boxing gym.
Yes.
Yeah. You ever missed the punching bag?
Oh shit! Yo, you got jokes. So you calling Luis Ortiz a punching bag, my man? The best shape he's ever been in his life. The best he ever looked. He won all 6 rounds, according to some people.
He called all guys a punching bag.
You called him a punching bag.
He called all heavyweights one.
Well, he's not got the head movement. He didn't have the head movement. Fury did. He walked for it. He kept in range. He boxed well, but he was just there for the taking whenever Wilder wanted to take it.
All right. Will Wilder be ready for the Fury rematch February 22nd?
How long is it going to take him to practice throwing one punch?
Okay. If
he'll be ready, but the promotion will not be ready, and I don't think Wilder signed the contract either. Fury came out and made the announcement. Yeah, we're fighting on February 22nd. Every time Wilder's been questioned about it, he's avoiding it. He doesn't want to answer it straight. It's like hopefully, maybe.
I don't know, Liam. You got to watch the stuff I did with him in Alabama a couple weeks ago or a week ago, whatever it was, he definitely said the contracts are signed. Rayfield and Kim are reporting contracts are signed. So
Damn, nigga, when you going back to Alabama? You going back in January?
who? I mean, if this fight happening, I'm going back. It's just cold out there, man. I hope it warms up a little bit.
Well, hell no. It's gonna be January and Alabama's gonna be cold as shit. I'll be there this time, hopefully.
I don't like the cold at all.
You rather be Alabama cold or you rather be New Jersey cold? I'll take the Alabama cold any day.
I don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? The reason I know it's cold in Alabama because it caught me by surprise. I got up then it was 30 degrees. I'm like, what the fuck going on?
My nigga, it's November. You think it's gonna be hot?
I ain't expect 30. It was like fucking 50, 60s up where I'm at. I'm like, what the
oh, really?
Bro, look, if I go now, it's probably like 40 something right now. Let me check. But anyway, let me get to a call in the meantime. Who we got? Patrick Rocha, talk to him.
It's 48 in Little Rock, so it's about the same.
Yeah, I'm 46 over here. What's up, Patrick? Is
Good
Wilder's
morning.
fighting style too risky, or will he always land that punch and good morning right back at you?
Buenos dias.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Senores. He's got that punch knockout. He's got that bazooka in it, so he's definitely not risky at all. That's his game plan, and he's doing very good at it.
Will Wilder be ready for the Fury rematch?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%. He didn't win all the rounds, 12 rounds, 7 rounds. Didn't get too much damage, but yeah, he hit it nice and low, so I think this shouldn't be a problem.
If no Fury fight next, who should he fight?
What was that?
If he doesn't fight Fury next, who should he fight?
Sorry, it broke up. Say that question again. Sorry, the reception is bad.
If he doesn't fight Fury, who should he fight?
I think Andy Ruiz. So Andy Ruiz will win. So I think he's gonna go Andy Ruiz. But I think they should do I think personally, sorry to interrupt, I think they should do already the press conference for Fury Wilder on the week of AJ's fight.
Cut it.
Damn, on a week of. You mean, bruh. You mean. And I don't know that it's going to work. Media is going to be over there. Yo, listen, I watched the interview with him. Eddie said, I'm going to pay more media to come. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I think that people are going to be busy. If it was a Las Vegas fight or something like that, yeah, you could do that. But to hold the press conference on that day in America when everybody's paying attention to Saudi Arabia, I don't think that it's going to work. Do you, Mike?
Honestly, nah. You know what I mean? I think the sports world, I think the boxing world is going to be focused on Wilder, AJ and Ruiz. Like you said, Eddie said he's going to pay more media to go over there, and then media's going to be going anyway. So I think you probably hold off and maybe do it the week after the AJ fight to capture they buzz like Fury been doing with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Fury's just sticking to his blueprint, man. Every time Wilder fights, he comes out, he does it. Probably gonna do a fucking press tour. He had an interview come out yesterday, so he knows what he's doing, man. Anytime Wilder gets a spotlight, like Ned says, Fury wins too.
Yes, he do. That motherfucker know how to take advantage of the moment, man. And then his networks are behind him, bro. You got BT Sports, social media. They on everything he do. They posting something about him. Frank Warren officials posting something about him. Queensberry Promotions posting something about him. Sky Sports, they don't even work with him. They posted something about him, so they keeping him
ESPN,
relevant.
Nigga, Andre Ward coming out.
That's
giving
another
one.
one.
Praise.
That's another one.
But it's about time for the real rematch. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Wilder Fury. Like, damn, they out here doing it, huh? Everybody just doing it for Fury.
Well,
so.
I think that Ward was slightly critical, so there's there's been some back and forth, no? Like Ward says something, and then I think
Yeah,
Wilder came out and said something.
we asked him on the show, as a matter of fact, and
Yeah, but you
he had
know
some
I don't
words for.
remember that shit like that,
I
champion.
know, I know, but I was just trying to get the people so they can go back and watch the old Wilder interviews that we
Bruh,
did.
you know, someone asked me today, yo, send me the link to the Mauricio. I'm like, I don't know that. I don't know
You don't
what.
know what title, do you?
Bruh, I don't remember. I don't even listen. I don't even put that we have interviews because you know show business. You never know when it's gonna happen. So it's like, you know, yo, I think we gonna have to switch back to the old style. It's just too many callers today.
Bro, I don't even know like the questions that I'm gonna go ask before the interview even start.
What interview?
The person pretty much dictates the question sometimes.
Yeah, I mean because you know, look, you know, me and you, we like Jay-Z and Biggie. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
whoa! Let me Biggie, damn. Let me be like my nigga Mim Bleak or somebody or Cameron.
wow, why you
I
want to
like,
be a
man,
sidekick?
nigga, Mim Bleak was in Jay-Z was like hella cool, like real
Bruh,
cool.
but
They were like brothers.
Bleak was let me go onto the big screen so I can see your face. Bruh, Meek was a fucking sidekick, bruh. I'm putting you.
Man, but Biggie though, like Biggie's like.
But
Hey,
listen, the
yeah,
whole reason I said it
be
is
like
because
Kanye or something. Let me come up.
but the reason I said it is because of this is because not their overall career. It was a specific metaphor, and it was about like
I'm thinking about it right now. Niggas gonna kill me for saying Ming Bleak watching the chat.
Hell yeah, Memphis Bleak, you wildin'. But it's about Jay-Z. You know, he went into the booth without pen and paper. You know what I'm saying? It was off the dome. He could just do it. You know what I mean? Biggie was a dude too that they didn't write. You know what I mean? They would write it down, but they didn't write. It's public record. Like there's plenty of shit out there that says that. You know, Pac used to write, and that don't mean that you any worse or nothing. But I'm saying the metaphor is the interviews. I never prepared. I never got cue cards and the fuck out of here. It's right here. Off top. I know everything right here. Even though I smoke, it's here. You know, I gotta shuffle through them file cabinets while I'm on air though. That's how I do it. And I feel it's more organic. So pro tip of the day for all my little competitors out there. All right, so we're gonna go back to the old format. It's just too many callers. That
45
shit.
seconds.
Yeah, man. Just give them their time and cause it's just too hard, man. It's too many. We got Orlando. Talk to us.
Drive by.
Now, if you want the questions, then that's a different thing.
Yeah, hello, y'all hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah. Ask me the questions again.
Well, there you go, Mike.
Do you think Wilder's fight style was too risky, and can he always land that right hand?
I think it's too impossible for somebody to dodge that right hand. So I think he'll always be able to land it. To ask somebody to not get hit by it at least once, because it seems like anytime he lands that straight right, they go down. I think Fury would be the only one to do it. It's about Fury. I think he smokes everybody else.
Can he be ready for February?
Definitely. He ain't take that much. Luis Ortiz ain't do shit.
Is there any other heavyweight out there that can get Wilder a run for his money?
No. Besides Fury, no. I don't think so.
What's next for Luis Ortiz?
I mean, I guess we could put him. I mean, if Wilder, I guess we could put him with Dillian White, but I don't even know if Dillian White would take that fight.
Dillian got that number one. If he clears his case, he back at the top. He ain't fighting Lewis. Lewis behind him.
I don't think he's gonna take that. I don't really know what's next for Luis Ortiz. I know you guys earlier were talking about
90 seconds.
We're talking about who Wilder should take if he doesn't get Fury.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even. I feel like because I really think Fury's the only competitive fight out there. I know we don't want fighters on coming off a heavy layoff.
So wait a minute. You already don't care about the win of AJ Ruiz?
No, that's a big fight in terms of him unifying. So he could get that if he could.
But you don't think either of those guys beat him?
I don't think that's a competitive fight between either one of those guys.
60 seconds.
All right, Orlando. Well, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Majid in Florida.
What up, Majid? You
Hey,
want the
what up,
questions or
man?
you want your own time?
I want those questions.
Do you think Wilder's fighting style is too risky, and do you feel he'll always land that punch?
I feel like he'll always land that punch because he always landed it.
All right. And do you feel he'll be ready for Fury February 22nd?
Yes, sir.
If he doesn't fight Fury, who should he fight?
Man, I'm with everybody else. What's that? Either get that Dillian White shit out the way or beat up Chisora old ass. I don't want to see him keep getting all these big fights.
Who do you think can give him a run for his money, not named Fury?
10 seconds.
Only time will tell. I don't have that answer, man.
What's next for Luis Ortiz? What is his options?
Shit, man, I feel like he need to call out those newcomers, like Daniel Dubois, or even a fucking Chisora and all of those people, But just call out everybody. But I think they're gonna do the Cubans wrong, like they've been doing.
All right, well, you got 23 seconds left.
Everybody like the video, and that's all I got, man.
Majid, you the man. Thanks for calling in. Oh shit. I hope that wasn't me. I hope. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Antonio in Albany.
Yo, so Wilder will always have that punch. I mean, I don't understand, man. The next opponents, whether it's Joshua, Ruiz, Fury, I just feel like Deontay is gonna get that one punch, man. Easy. Now you're gonna hate me for this, Ness. You're really gonna hate me for this, man. But I just feel like in the next year, or maybe 2 years, Usyk is gonna be that guy, man. Usyk is gonna be that guy. Why? Because he thinks in that ring. He thinks. Yeah, I knew it, bro. But other than that, man, I got Usyk beating Deontay Wilder in the next 2 years, man. And before I go, now you know what? Fuck that, yo. I'm out. I'm out work anyways. I'm out.
All right. Yo, I got to see some heavy deterioration on Wilder before I could think Usyk could beat him. I can't believe that people still thinking Usyk could beat this dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can outbox Wilder, especially the little man in Usyk. But how you going to take that punch? He can't even take Chaz Weatherspoon, man. Tablespoon, teaspoon, whatever Mike call him, man. They crazy. But this is why I get called the Wilder voice, because I think he's invincible. But it's not that I think he's invincible. I just think that right hand and left hand and that stamina. Stop disrespecting that stamina when a dude got the same fucking power from start to finish. You gotta respect that. He always calm. He never fucking heavy breathing. Like, all right. Y'all ain't been in the ring. That's the problem right there. We going out to Chris in ATL. You want your own call? You want these questions?
Yeah, I like the questions you guys got up. The first question was, can he always do this?
Yes.
I mean, I think thus far Wilder has shown he's an innovator, and those type of people, throughout history, they always get laughed at. But he's proven that, with enough speed and power, he can bypass, a traditional boxing technique. So, if he can continue to do this and do it to AJ, Fury, and the best heavyweights of this era, then he'll have proven that his way was the right way.
Will he be ready for the February 22nd rematch?
He will. He's got to be, because I think PBC and I don't. All this talk about the fight's not happen. The fight's going to happen next year twice, because ESPN, PBC, they've invested too much money in these guys, and next year's the year to recoup. These guys are going to be all over TV. They're going to be all over the commercials. They're going to be all up in the sports bars, the Hooters, and they're going to make a lot of money and sell a lot of pay-per-view buys next year. It's going to happen.
If the Fury fight isn't next, who should Wilder fight next?
Get the winner of Ruiz Joshua. There's a lot of fights I'd like to see him in. That would be the first one. Dylan White, or jump in there with Usyk.
What's next for Ortiz?
I really don't care about his career. I mean, I don't know. I don't see what direction he could try to go in. I guess try to hang around.
Man, how could you not care where he goes, bruh?
My nigga said I don't care about his career.
Bruh, I still care about Rigo. Rigo 39, I still care about Rigo. I feel bad for guys like Rigo, Gamboa. They've gotten those little marquee fights, but they haven't gotten them at the right time.
Y'all are around the same age.
No, it's not because of that. It's because they gotten a shot, but never at the right time. Like, Lewis finally got his shot. We just spoke about him not taking a 5-week short notice $7 million offer and taking this full training camp, full promotional tour. same $7 million offer and have a full opportunity at trying to win. And I feel like there's not a lot of Cubans or a lot of boxers, period, to get that, man. A lot of these B-sides get thrusted into these opportunities that they just got to take. Like Saddam Ali, I feel like he was an A-side that made the wrong decision. Like, why did he fight Jaime Munguia? Why did he not vacate as a dude that beat Cotto on his last fight? I don't really belong here. Go back to welterweight. You know what I mean? Why? There's nothing wrong in that. You moved up for a one-off. That's it. You ain't campaigning at 54. Floyd ain't do it. You ain't got to do it. But it's like they got poor management, bruh. I'm telling you.
Check's different when you're a champion, right?
Man, fuck that. Fuck that. As the WBO champion, campaign to go back down, motherfucker. Give me a shot at the champ, man. Like, what? Come on, man. Use your head. I'm telling you. Look, I'm ambitious. It's going to be a day I'm going to have a fighter because I see it's too easy. It's too easy, bruh. We get with the right people. All we gotta do is go to a couple conventions, pay a couple fees.
All we gotta do is promote the motherfucker on here every day. That's it.
But outside of that, to get them ranked, you know what I mean, and to get them fights, it's like it's so easy to get them fights. Like these dudes is fighting in crackerjack spots until they blow.
He ain't gotta, bro. He ain't gotta be ranked. Nigga, he gotta just be popular. He gonna
True.
get ranked by being popular.
No. If you get him popular, no. I get you. If you get him popular, then he's gonna get a deal. But he got to be ranked to get a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Bit, man. You know how to fight a little bit. You could.
I mean, look, it ain't that easy, man. Because there's a lot of good fighters out there. It is a total package thing. It's like you said, he's got to get popular, and that's got to translate. And even now, more so than in the past, when every network is using the data from all social medias and their .coms. Look, Dazn got a .com. Did you notice? They putting out news. They got reporters and everything. I feel upset they overlooked me and shit. It's like, yo, they got people writing articles now. I'm getting notifications like Dazn, and they talking about other. And you see what I'm saying? They are opening their mind. Eventually, I see them taking over, bruh. I noticed the first time I said it, who knows where that money ends up going. They don't got the fighters. But I should rephrase that by saying, with their mentality, I could see them taking it over. That let's play nice with everybody. Like Deontay Wilder fought, let's talk about Wilder fighting. Let's talk about Wilder and the possibility of him fighting AJ and Ruiz. Let's talk about that on our platform and network. That, to me, I like that, man. I don't like this erasing the IBO, WBO, fucking, they snapped they Thanos glove and Crawford disappeared from the welterweight division. It's like, yo, chill, man. You're acting too powerful now. Like, come on, let's all play nice. Can we all just get along Rodney King style, man? Like, for real. Like, and this is what I'm saying. We can't ask the promoters to get along if the sanctioning bodies ain't getting along. It's got to be a total thing, man. Total thing. But
I totally think that Dazn is going to be one of the last people standing when it comes to boxing. I think they might end up getting, you know what I'm saying, maybe two other big time promoters, maybe even three on the same platform. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bob or Al.
What they could hope for, what, PBC announced, 5-year contract?
I think it was 3.
Even better.
60 million, both. From
Fuck
Showtime
that.
And Fox.
Triple that shit. Come over here.
Gotcha.
Let's go.
Gotcha.
Rock and roll. Everybody happy.
Gave Eddie $1 billion. How much you gonna get PBC? I mean, I'm just thinking like.
Well, they needed a face, so I respect that. And listen, there's no better talker than Eddie. There's no. I mean, I don't see it. Look, Bob is good, but he's getting old. He's getting old. No, but he's still good. My man said, look, what you do is you fly to Vegas first. You get yourself some edibles. And I don't know what pill he told me to take because I don't do pills, but he said, eat an edible, pop a pill, and you ain't waking up till you in China. I said, all right, man.
Whoa. Damn, Bob.
No, but that's why, that's why he told you fly to Vegas first. It's legal. He was clear on that. He was like, fly to Vegas. It's legal. You get yourself some edibles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can get shit-faced high.
Fucking Bob, yo. You got to love Bob at that age.
Bob is smart as hell.
Fucking being bold. Like, I smoke, and so what? light me a J. I
We
was
got some
dying. I
Vegas
was
on the
dying.
walls.
I was dying to smoke with Bob in Mexico, but the bud is not like fire. So it's like, how I'm gonna come to the Bob father with some fucking seedy, branchy weed, like, Bob, let us smoke one. You know what I mean? And he's like, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. What? Boxing voice, more like the bad choice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, next time. But me and Bill Haney, bro, we listen fire together, man, and we talk some good boxing. It's always official to light up and talk some boxing. I'm telling you.
Shout out to Bill Haney.
You know, for my wine drinkers, it's no different than wine. You know what I mean? It's like some vintage shit. You know,
They got wine, marijuana infused wine. So
Oh, really? Yeah,
yeah,
that's a little
it's in
bit much.
Denver.
That's a little bit much. But let me get to who is this on here? And oh, that's Young Caesar in Vegas. Talk to me.
What up, Young C's?
You want these questions or you want rock and roll? Caesar. Definitely says Caesar.
Yep.
Hello.
Yo.
Yo.
Hey, my bad. Sorry guys, I'm busy at work. I'm just listening.
All right.
Shout out TBV though.
All right, brother. Let me get to Stone Bone Boxing. Talk to us. Stone Bone. You want these questions or you rocking and rolling?
Nah, man, we don't need them questions, man. Can Wilder do it? How many fights have Wilder had? Hadn't he done it?
40 Tress.
Hadn't he done it every time?
42 times.
You know what I mean? Tyson Fury said it. He said he was knocked out. The left hook woke him up. When he hit the ground, he realized he was asleep for a minute or so in his head. And them is words straight out of Tyson Fury's mouth. He said the right hand knocked him out. He said if Wilder didn't hit him with the left on his way down, that's what woke him up. So can he do it every time? He always do it. And also, one of the things that we talk about when we talk about styles is when fighters fight other fighters, they say, oh, he was awkward. He was real awkward. And that's what Wilder is. And anybody from the hood know that when something coming at you, when niggas is shooting at you, it's a position that we call get little. You know what I mean? You make your body a straight line where you the smallest target you can be. And that's what Wilder be sometimes, how he stand. It's like it's not a traditional stance where you got somebody both shoulders facing you. You got one shoulder facing you, and it's hard to hit him. So that's why people don't realize it's real awkward. And when that right hand hits you, it's dynamite. It's night-night. So he's done it all those times.
Problem with that is Fury was able to hit him. Wasn't anything crazy until the one or two times that he did land some power. But it was enough to win rounds. It was enough to win rounds.
Real quick. We got 500 some people watching, only 174 thumbs up, man. I need everybody who's watching right now on YouTube to take 1 second, just 1 second out your day and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, head over to theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on our Amazon link. It's Thanksgiving time. It's Christmas time. It's going to be Black Friday this week. So do all your Amazon shopping through our Amazon link. It costs you nothing extra, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link. So whenever you think Amazon, think about TBV. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Head over to theboxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors. You can just bookmark that and use it anytime. We're going out to Little Feezy. Talk to us.
What up, Feezy? You want these questions, man, or you want your own shit?
You can give me the questions, but I'm gonna answer that the one for the show first though. Hell yeah, that man can goddamn it land that punch. The fuck? It shouldn't even be a question, but anyway, go on, shoot your shit.
All right. Do you think he can be ready for February?
Hell yeah.
Is there any other heavyweight out there that can give Wilder a run for his money?
It would only be Tyson Fury at this point, but other than that, no.
If he ain't fighting Fury, who he fighting?
Oh man, uh, probably the Polish guy, Kalnaki.
And what's next for Luis Ortiz? What you want to see him do?
Either he would have to take on the contenders or any upcoming fighters.
Rest of the time yours, big dog.
Nah, that's my cousin.
All right, homie.
Hello,
Appreciate you.
Feezy. Thanks for calling in. What do we got? What do we got? Ruin at 504. Talk to us.
What up, Rue? You want this heat? I guess Rue just listening.
He usually never just listens. Rue, you got to unmute.
Sometimes we do.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just listening.
All right. So then that's everybody on Skype. So we got Triple Rang CYP.
CYP, talk to me.
Yo, like I was saying before, when it comes to Fury, Wilder, all Wilder got to do in the last fight is do exactly what Martin did to Gina when Gina was trying to help him with his job at the radio station. Do nothing. Let that motherfucker press the action. Don't swing on him. Don't swing wild. Only swing when you want to. The only reason Wilder lost rounds in that fight was because he was missing punches. Not because he was throwing them, because he was missing them. Let Tyson Fury in his 84 punches, let that win the rounds. Let that win the crowd. I guarantee you the crowd and the referees ain't gonna be impressed with Tyson Fury's weak little output each round. That's how Wilder gonna win rounds in that fight, and then he gonna put him to sleep. And like I said again, anybody who want to stay on the chat and the Skype, stay on that. But it's not, Border Wars is not happening. And I do that only because I respect Ness. Only because I respect Ness. Me and my partners are ready for that action with him and his partners. So, what you want me to do? What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to lie to you? I'm not. I'm a grown ass man with a business. I can't do that. I can't lie. If I get there on Border Wars with that man, it's going down on site. You don't threaten me like that. And you don't disrespect my people. I stand up for black people. Y'all might not on this show, but I do. That's what I do. I'm up out of here. I'll see y'all later.
CYP out. Stainless Boomerang.
What up, Stainless?
Oh, I was so excited about calling in yesterday to big up the King of Wakanda. I like the new nickname somebody gave me yesterday, One Punch Man, because I know what that show is, man. He just got to hit you with one punch and motherfuckers explode. His arms swing by niggas, and they flying for miles. So yeah, Deontay Wilder, aka the Bronze Bomber, aka One Punch Man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even talk about them other fights though yesterday. Santa Cruz, man, he, you know, that 1,000 punches, you know what I'm saying, that ain't gonna work every time. He 5,000 power if he gonna stay up there at 130. You know what I'm saying? He should have knocked that dude out, but he didn't. Brandon Figueroa, man, I don't know what unless you made a great point with that. He channeled his inner Omar Figueroa, because my man could have just boxed him all night, but he chose to stay in there, you know what I'm saying, in that phone booth fight with Sejas, you know what I'm saying? And I don't, you know what I'm saying, I thought he barely won that fight, you know what I'm saying? That fight could have went either way for me. What's his name? Callum Smith? Man, his new name is Carne Asada, man, because he fooled for Canelo now. And as I always say, please make sure you push the thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast, because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you're stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Stainless, thanks for calling in. We got B. Paulie. Talk to us.
Hey, Ness, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, let me get a quick call. To answer all them questions, Wilder go fuck anybody up. Yeah, he can fuck anybody up. And Ortiz should fuck whoever he fuck up next. But look, I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, CYP, man, we need to get CYP a new match, man. Get him somebody else to fight, man. And sidestep all that old dumb shit. I want to see CYP fight somebody else, man. Get him in the ring and have a good border wars, man. Y'all smash that like. Shout out, salute to the General Ness. You know what I'm saying, Lieutenant Mike. All that good shit, man. But yeah, Wilder got that vibranium, man. He is One Punch Man, like Stainless said. One Punch Man. One Punch Man. I'm out.
B. Paulie, man, thanks for calling in. That is everyone. So, Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe right here to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. And for all my Patreons, catch me this afternoon for Untitled. Post is already out, so put your questions in. Catch you later. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312 and catch me in about 15-20 minutes on Mike on Sports on YouTube. We got to talk about Luka Doncic, man. He out here putting the NBA on notice, goddammit. Let's go.
Peace.